Was that an explosion? Yes, it was die.
Hey guys, so this is my first video ever, but I've been meaning to make this channel for a while now, and the reason that I decided to make this video was because of a recent experience I had at a local vape shop that has pretty much officially made me decide to just completely stop going to vape shops at all anymore, because I'm really sick of it. So to tell you a little bit about my experience, last weekend, I went and tried to buy this mini super tank by Tobecco from a store that I frequent pretty regularly for juice and stuff. So I went there with my Tesla Nano 60-watt box, and I was just kind of talking to them, asking for some tips, what they would think is best. And I knew I wanted the mini super tank, so I was getting that, obviously, and I wanted some coils, but from there everything pretty much just went wrong. I talked to them and they pretty much just tried to convince me about all this temperature control stuff, and I mean, I have a 60-watt box. I don't really think that temperature control is really worth it for me right now. But anyways, they tried to basically give me all of these temp control coils that were 0.15s. They knew I had a 60-watt box, and at the time it was pretty low on battery, so it wasn't hitting very hard, of course. But after I go back home, charge it up, the thing barely is hitting. I mean, it's 0.15 coils. I don't know why they would even try to give me those in the first place. They should know that that's way too low resistance for my box, only going up to 60 watts. And they should have known this, obviously. And I should have just stopped it and just said no. But they convinced me the temperature control is good. So a couple hours go by, that's not working. It tastes like shit. They also, basically, they give me Aspire coils that are not the Tobecco brand, not mini super tank, not super tank at all, and they work pretty crappy, obviously. And I took it in, I came back a couple hours later and I asked them to exchange them for just the regular. I asked specifically for the Tobecco brand, and this dude takes my coils, and this is where things just get, oh my god, I just can't believe the ignorance. I literally said specifically, I was pointing at all these, and I was saying, hey, I want the coils inside of this. This is a real super tank coil, by the way. But he did a bunch of that, and he basically just ends up telling me, you know, man, whoever you bought that box from online, they don't give a fuck about you. And I'm just like, I'm laughing like, okay, dude, the problem's not with my box. It's you gave me the wrong coils. And he's like, oh, we don't usually switch these out, but I'm going to give you the American-made coil. And it's a big Foggin coil, if you know what that is. And it didn't really, I mean, it just doesn't, it tasted like shit. That's all I can say. It's tasted like shit. The coils, they try to give me these Aspire coils, and after looking online, I'm just finding out that people pretty much prefer the Tobecco Super Tank coils. Better flavor, better wicking, and yeah, so they basically, he didn't swap me out for the Tobecco coils. He just gave me the non-temperature control 0.3 or 0.2, whatever, Aspire coils, and they tasted like ass still and didn't perform well. And I also had, and he gave me one less, oh, here's the thing, he gives me one less coil than I had given him. And he says, oh, well, this is an American made, these are worth more. And you know, it's after this experience, I'm just thinking, he tells me that the people I bought my box from online don't give a fuck about me, but they're the ones giving out the wrong coils. They probably must not even have the Tobecco Super Tank coils. And I mean, the thing is, I go into their store to do them a favor. I know I can go online and pay $13 for the Tobecco Super Tank coils. So why I was even in there in the first place, that was clearly my mistake. But honestly, this place is called Titanium Vapor. I'm really not trying to have any beef with them or anything, but like, I mean, they're just not, I really don't think they're a good company. And I've had multiple different negative experiences with them that I've tried to just, I don't know, brush it off and say, oh well, but this is really their fault. This isn't user error. I know how to wick coils. I know how things work. I've been vaping for 2 or 3 years now, since egos were a thing, and I just don't like going into a store and having these people throw their opinions on me, and basically they just try to get me to buy whatever they believe is best. They don't have the consumer's interest. They don't care. They don't even fucking seem to carry the Tobecco Mini Super Tank coils. And oh yeah, here's another thing about that experience. When I bought my Mini Super Tank, you know, it comes in this box. There's supposed to be a coil inside the tank, and you're supposed to get another replacement coil. I got none of those. They charged me for all the coils, even the one that they put in, and didn't give me any of my 2 free coils, but I paid for 5 coils. And then they screw me out later when I try to go get the right coils, because they gave me the wrong ones and recommended the completely wrong ones, and they should have known. So I go there. Basically, they just fucked me over even harder the second time when I try to get their help. So I'm not going to be going to any vape shops probably ever again. I would recommend pretty much everyone to not go to the vape stores. I thought that it would be good to help out small businesses. I thought it was an emerging new industry that I could maybe be a part of and help out. But the sad fact of the matter is, it's better to just buy online, because you'll pay half the price, and if something doesn't work, you can just buy a new one. And you could, but at a vape store, they're gonna tell you, oh, it's your fault. It's always user error, when really it might just be the product or the incompetence of the employees themselves. So this is just my first video. I plan on making more. Yeah, but don't go to your local vape shop unless they actually using reasonable prices and actually helping you. But I can tell you, more often than not, they're not gonna help you. They're just trying to make a little bit of money. Maybe they're making commission or something, I don't know, but I can tell you that most vape shops do not have your best interest in mind. It's all for them. And that's all.